hawk, a snake, and a wounded woman. Welcome to Mark and Pete. Here's a thought.
Hapless Hawkeye. Hunter the hawk liked to squawk and then swoop on prey with his claws. He fed on snakes from rocks and lakes, and he loved the great outdoors. But Hunter was not eagle-eyed and saw something slithering with scales. He dived into a twisting train, which crushed his brain, and he lay flattened on the rails. Well, indeed, animals do the funniest things. And many people have seen videos of animals doing strange acts. And it sometimes involves human beings. But there is the conspiracy theory that animals do some things on purpose. Yeah. Now, a Texas woman would certainly verify this. She was recently attacked by a hawk and a snake at the very same time. Now, how did this happen? Was it an accident? Well, we'll debate this. Basically, Peggy Jones, at the age of 64, was mowing her lawn quite innocently when suddenly she was attacked by a snake that had been dropped from a hawk from above. The hawk recognized that his dinner was missing. But was that his dinner, or was it the woman? Clergyman Pete, I ask you, do animals do the funniest things? And maybe there's another theory behind their motivations.
Well, yes, here we have something that is hiding in plain sight. It seems that you have the human race and you have races of animals, and that humans are able to communicate with each other and run society, in fact, run the world, really. And yet animals seem to get the other hand so often, and sometimes in a coordinated fashion, as with a hawk dropping a snake on a woman. I mean, if you can't see anything fishy, if you pardon the pun about that, I don't know what to tell you. You can go. Let's go right back to biblical times. We have other examples from contemporary life to talk about in this show, but let me introduce this to the listeners, Mark, because they may not be up to speed on this particular conspiracy, which we see played out on a day-to-day basis. But back in biblical times, there was the prophet Balaam traveling along, and he really wasn't meant to go and in a particular direction. God was very angry with him and sent the angel of the Lord in front of him. Now, whether you're a believer or not, that's not the point. It's what happened next that's interesting, because what happened next is the donkey got scared because there was something up ahead, recorded here as the angel of the Lord, and the donkey even lay down and refused to go. So Balaam got off the donkey and hit him, in fact 3 times, with his staff. And the donkey spoke to him and said, what have I done to make you beat me these 3 times? And then Balaam answered the donkey, you've made a fool of me. Now here we have the issue in that instead of saying, as you or I might have done, Mark, you can talk. Instead, he's concerned with having been ridiculed. And it's this disconnect that makes humans not see what's going on under their noses. There is a donkey deliberately making a fool of him, and he spots that. He doesn't spot the underlying problem, which is animals can talk. I mean, there it is. It's so obvious, really, as soon as you start to look into things.
Well, I possibly think that there's something slightly more in the original story. And here's my evidence, because after the snake fell on this woman, claiming that it came from out of the sky, well, what was interesting is she said, as she was talking to a media reporter, I was trying to sling my arm and sling off the snake, and the snake wrapped around my arm. Yes, I'm sure it did. But the snake striking the face of the woman struck her glasses, and then it carried on. But what was interesting is it was the hawk that came in immediately afterwards. I don't think he was after the snake. I think he was after the glasses to see better. And that's the thing.
It could easily have been, or it could have been something else that the hawk required. And there was a recent incident. I think there have been several of this, of bears giving the game away. Now,
absolutely.
some, a strongly held belief that I have that I don't normally talk about on the show, but it's so obvious as soon as I reveal this to people, Mark. I think that people see that this reveals the conspiracy to them. Bears do not exist. For a long time, people have regarded bears as being like cuddly creatures. They're nothing of the sort. Bears are actually men in suits, or humans, or human-type creatures.
Angry men in suits.
Yeah. I mean, we can't actually say necessarily that they're humans. They're human-type creatures in suits. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying, hear me out here, I'm not saying that all animals are human-type creatures, possibly actually humans in suits. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's possible. So that when we say,
well, of course,
when we're saying that the animals can talk, we're actually saying that they're not real, not as presented. There's a creature inside this sort of cuddly, feathery or fluffy suit behaving like an animal in order to dupe us. Now, in terms of the bears, I think there was a recent example where it was so obvious that a bear, unaware perhaps that I think some drone footage was, or maybe some mobile phone camera footage was recording him, just stood up and behaved quite obviously in a human manner or in a non-bear-like manner as we often perceive it. You can take this further and say, listeners can look up those clips, and there are many of them, of bears waving so obviously not being an animal as we perceive them. And there's things like, here's this meme or historical myth of Bigfoot being seen.
Yes.
The meme is that someone sees it, but you never find out exactly what he is. Well, of course, he's obviously a large ape, or in fact a bear walking along. But that is it. It's a human or some man-like creature in a suit. And of course, as soon as his seed finds out, he makes sure that the person doesn't tell people about it. And very occasionally, it gets out, and you have some images of it. Yes, bears don't exist. Bigfoot does. That's it. I mean, if you want to hear anything that's more mind-blowing and also more certain, I don't think you'll find it. So,
No.
What would you say? I mean, that's from my point of view as a clergyman. What would you, as a businessman, say to this?
Well, I would say you have a point.
Yes,
But and I'm sure that many of our listeners will be wondering what it is. But the fact of the matter is, I go even one step further. I mean, many people think that animals have that extra sense. I mean, we know that dogs can sense things, sounds that humans can't hear. But there's also the fact that cats can also sense many things. Is it really that they're running the world? I mean, let's be honest. They take humans out on leads and, we all seem merrily appearing to be in control. Well, I don't know. I mean, the fact of the matter is that we are animal lovers. We are animals. So why do we not love them? Yes. I mean, we do. I mean, the fact of the matter is that really you have to wonder that the society, now think about this, folks.
Yeah.
They are running wild and free. They can go where they want. Mm-hmm. Birds, bears, wherever it is. And yet we seem to be incarcerated in cars and homes, restricted in ways that perhaps we would not like. And yet, who is better off?
I think mostly we could close with this, just building on your thought. I mean, humans have long thought that they were the intelligent species because they were running things. And they, as you say, have the worries of a mortgage and a job and live lives cooped up in their little homes, whereas the animals, all they do is wander around the countryside, having sex and eating and pooping and sleeping, and the animals presumably think.
Are we talking about your parishioners?
And the animals, I'll ignore that. And the animals think that they're the most intelligent because the same reason. And now you may think that this idea of there being a conspiracy where human-like creatures are inhabiting fake suits to pretend to be the animals. You may think that this is ridiculous, or you may, as if you're intelligent, you will agree with me, in which case, get in touch with the show. Well, in either case, let me put it that way, get in touch with the show. And if you are an animal please, also get in touch with the show. We'd like to hear from you directly. Simply go to markandpete.com. Make sure you're subscribed. Most animals are already. And leave a comment on this and any episode. But that's it from Mark and myself for this week. Catch you next time.